One of the lessons my mother used to teach me was that anything that I do, I gotta make sure that I'm putting all of my energy into it, and I've gotta be the best. So when I first got here, and the big boss of the company, he sat across from me, he asked me, he's like, so what do I hope to get out of this experience of working for him? Is it the money? Is it like, what? He said, what is it? And I just looked at him and I said, just the glory. And he said, really? And I said, yeah. And like, I want to be the best, and I won't stop until I'm the best. My name is Anthony Garces, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Growing up as an inner city kid, the graduation rate of many Hispanics was like relatively low compared to like many other races, you know what I mean? So to me, one of the biggest things to me was the fact that I was a first generation American between my family who all migrated here. And so there was a lot of pressure and hopes and my family instilling their dreams into me. This was before my brother was born as well, because now they do it to him as well, but there was a 10-year stretch where it was all just like, all the attention was to me to make sure that I got all the tools necessary so I could grow and prosper and everything, because my mother and father, they gave up, you know, some really good lives where they're from to come here and potentially give me a better life. So one of the things I was growing up with was just like trying to do everything I can, you know, and it was difficult because one of the things that I remember clearly was in middle school, it was rough for me for the first like 2 years in middle school, because I wouldn't have like the freshest clothes. I wouldn't have the latest this or the latest that. You know, I wore the same shoes like almost every day. I was thinking about just making sure that I don't become another one of like the mix of Hispanics that just like don't chase their goals, you know, full force and just lag behind. I just wanted to change that statistic as much as I could. So going into that, when I chose film as my major, I remember all of the seniors and what they were doing, and I always wondered, I was like, wow, will I ever get that good? Because they're really good.
This is a Ryan Little production.
I know Anthony from my early days in CT program, learning about production. So I kind of like saw the way he handled his work, the way he did his editing. I was like, wow, this is really good. And I'm kind of hoping to be at that same level of professionalism and work. Now that I know him a little bit better, he's definitely hardworking. He knows what he's doing. And if he doesn't know, he Googles it. He definitely has great professionalism. He knows how to work with people well. And he attributes credit to people who definitely help out, because you can't be in our industry and not be a team player. And if you are that, then it's going to be hard to find work.
And at the time, I didn't know if architectural videography and photography is something I wanted to be the best at, because I didn't know if I liked it, you know, but I was willing to give it a shot because it seemed really interesting and really different, which is something I was attracted to. But after a short time, after like learning, like I really grew to appreciate the architecture and everything, basically, in New York and outside of New York too. When I went to London, the first trip was to London, and I couldn't believe like the architecture out there was just amazing. The different buildings that existed, it's just like, you're so used to like New York sometimes that you just forget that the different worlds that exist out there. So once I realized that this is what I wanted to do, like it really put a fire in me to really be good at it. And so when I'm taking a beautiful shot of a city or for like a backplate so that they can put a rendering into it, it's all with like so much like tender love and care and passion, because I know that I'm gonna be so proud of it when it's done. Like I know that some of these shoots can like last like into the night when I'm doing a day to night time lapse. It's like sometimes I have to stay out there for 4 hours waiting for the sun to go down so I can get this time lapse, all for like a 10-second video. The time lapse is only 10 seconds. It just shows that like all this hard work and juggling those 3 major components of my life was for something, you know what I mean? And that's just the beginning, and like I'm not gonna stop, and I'm just gonna keep going and going and going until I'm the absolute best. It's so, I want to be so good nobody can refute the fact that Anthony Garces is the best architectural photographer known to mankind. Like I want to go to London and be knighted by the Queen herself for architectural photography. I want her to knight me personally for being so amazing at architectural photography. No, seriously, I do want to get knighted though. Like that's not even a joke. But that's another story. But yeah, that's the most fulfilling part of me, just seeing my work plastered in different places, and it's just amazing, you know.